Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Welcome to the Dream Stream. Can you hear me okay? Hopefully. Yep, looks like I am on. Hello, y'all. We hope you're doing good today, and welcome to the Dream Stream. The Dream Stream is a place where we all come together to dream, where we hold space for each other to dream. And like, why is this important, right? Dreaming. There's so much value in creating a space where you can dream and a time where you can dream. And it's not just simply imagining and we stop there. This is how we create our life, right? Is through dreaming. First, we imagine it in our minds. So I invite you to grab a pen and paper if you're somebody that likes to type up and journal that way. Grab whatever tablet or computer that you like to have, and let's get started. So yeah, thanks for joining me. And yeah, last time, well, the very first dream stream, the question started with, what would I love? What would I love? And if you joined me on that very first stream, you've probably already answered that question. But if you're just joining for the first time, I invite you to think about this. And if you already are like, yeah, I've been already thinking about the stream and I've been with you each dream stream, I invite you to journal about what you would love, but now go into that next level of specificity, right? Get into the details of what you would love, right? And expand. There's always more that we can dream about. But for those of you just joining us for the first time, what would you love? So we're going to pick something in the space of either wellness, so your well-being, your wellness, your health, um, something in the form of relationships. So, what would you love in relationships? Would it be to find the perfect partner? Would it be to reignite a relationship that already exists? To maybe mend, a relationship with a family member? Relationships create more community. So we have relationships, we have health and wellness. We have time and money freedom, right? Would you like to create more financial stability? Would you like to bring in a certain amount of money so that you can buy that dream house? Would you like to support something that you really believe in? So you'd like to bring in more wealth and abundance, or freedom, time freedom, right? I finally want to quit my job, so I can have more time to do what I would love to do. So these are just things, these are just possibilities. What would you love? What lights you up inside? And then the final thing is your work in the world or your career. So, what would you love in your work in the world? So, that can be your career, what you do for a living, or it could just be your work, what you are brought here to do in this world. What's your purpose? What's your art? What's your talent? What is that? Or maybe your dreams to discover what that could be. I know there's something more, but I'm not sure what it is. So, what would you love? So, yeah, so just write about that for a little while, and hopefully you have been while we've been chatting about it. Um, and so for those of you who have joined me already, and you're like, yeah, I've really been thinking about this dream, and I've been thinking about it a lot more, and what I love to create, and ideas have sparked, and you started dreaming about it, and maybe thinking like, how can I make this happen? Um, Today we're gonna talk about a warning, right? Something that starts to come up as we start to dream. Um, Doubts and fears start to rise up. So let me know if anybody's been like on the stream or has experienced that in life, where you start to dream or set a goal that might be a little bit bigger than anything you've done before. And you're like, yeah, I'm going to do this. This is going to be awesome. And you start, and then all these beliefs start popping up that you didn't even know existed. These doubts, these fears. Let me know in the chat if you're like, yeah, has happened to me before. Um, it's part of the process, right? And that is kind of the power of dreaming. It's not all butterflies in fairy tales, right? It's a process that brings up a lot of things. And sometimes a lot of like hidden unsupportive beliefs that until we start thinking about the bigger picture or what we would love or stepping out of that comfort zone, right? So it's like it's easy to be comfortable or to stay in our comfort bubble. But when we start walking outside of that bubble is one where the growth happens, but it's also where these doubts and fears can pop up. And it's normal. It's so normal. But I would just like you to start being aware of those things, and they're not there to stop you. Really, they're paradigms there to kind of keep you safe, right? We won't go too deep into that, but just know that it's normal that when you start dreaming bigger in life, and thinking about creating a life that you would love in any area. And it doesn't mean that you don't already love your life or like your life, right? That's not what we're saying. Being grateful for what we have and where we are and being present. But it's that next level of dreaming, right? So these doubts, these unsupported thoughts can come up, and what they can do is stop us in our tracks, right? Because they can seem so powerful and so much louder. That voice can sound so much louder than that dream. So what do we do? My teacher always says, the coach that I trained with, Mary Morrissey, she always says, don't let the start be what stops you. Because that can happen, right? Has anybody ever had that happen before? Let me know in the comments. Yeah, it's totally been there, right? Oh my God, I want to do this. This is going to be so awesome. It happens right at every New Year's Eve, right? It's like, we're going to do this. I'm going to make this happen. And then, wow, I was thinking pretty big there, right? Don't let the start be what stops you. This is so easy to do because when we dream big, these fears arise. So I'd like you just to start writing down any of those thought patterns that might have popped up as you have started dreaming a little bit bigger. If you started this process with me, or today if it's your first dream stream and you're just starting to think like, what would I love? If you're just joining, I want you to just start with what would I love, right? And write about that. But if you've been joining me and I want you just to start writing about, I invite you to just start writing about any unsupportive belief that starts to pop up. So this is big, because we don't know usually how to accomplish something that is so grand, something we've never done before. When I finished college, I knew that I really wanted to start a band. I just knew that's what I wanted to do. I had been doing open mics, I had been writing songs, and I just knew like this is what I want to do with my life. And I had no clue how to put a band together, how to book a show. I really didn't know anything. It could have been easy for me to just be like, oh, yeah, that's good. That's not really realistic, right? That's what we say a lot of times. This is unrealistic. This isn't what I should be doing with my life. But if there's something that is like inside of you that you think about a lot, that you start to imagine, and it lights you up, it makes you feel good, it makes you feel alive, chances are that that's something that you should be moving towards. So yeah, I had no idea what I was doing or how to go about doing it. What step do I take? I have no idea. Luckily, I was lucky enough. So much of my life to have amazing mentors. And at the time, I had a teacher that I was taking lessons with, and he, was in the music business and was willing to share and to guide me, and that, like, just to have somebody to talk to and to be like, what's the next step to take? I have no idea. And just to share like my confusion or my curiosity or my frustration or any of these like doubts and fears that might have popped up, just to have that person to talk to was so valuable. So yeah, so what are these fears that are popping up in you when you think about that big dream? What is your big dream? What are those fears that are popping up? And I'd love you to write them down. Just check to make sure nobody's saying anything out there. Cool. Awesome. Beautiful. So yeah, and what, like, why are these thought patterns bad? I mean, obviously, right, they don't feel good, right? When you're starting to think of, say your dreams to get healthier and lose a bunch of weight, right? Say that's something that you would really love to do, that you've thought about doing a lot. Maybe you've tried to go down that path and it hasn't always worked out in the past. But you're like, no, I'm going to do it this time, right? This is my dream. I want to get healthy. I want to lose some weight. I want to start exercising more. And you start taking action to move towards that. But these thought patterns pop up, right? Oh, well, for example, you've done this before. What makes you think you can do that now, right? That's a big one. Maybe there's a sense of deserving. You don't deserve this, right? Or, you're just going to stop exercising like in a week. Why even start? So these are just the things that, again, they stop us before we start. And the first thing I invite you to do is just to be aware of these things as they come up this week. Just be aware of these things. Be aware of these thought patterns. Be aware that they could pop up as you're dreaming big. And we'll talk about what to do with them in a little bit. But what will you let go of? What is it that you would love to let go of? What's that unsupportive belief pattern? And you might have no idea what it is. And that's okay too. But all I just ask is to start to listen and be aware that they might pop in. What would you like to release in your life? What would you like to let go of? Just journal about it for a little while as I sing you a song. Yeah, so this song's about letting go. It's called Waterfall. I am the water and the daughter of Mother Earth. She comforts me when it's cold. Dancing in puddles when it rains, I feel so old. Show me which way to go. Oh, waterfall, oh, waterfall, won't you please catch me if I fall? 'Cause I'm jumping on in, I can begin to let go. Oh, waterfall, oh, waterfall, won't you please catch me if I fall? Yes, I'm jumping on in, I can begin to feel your flow. Oh, waterfall. Kick off my shoes, sink my toes in the mud. Barefoot is how we were born. Feeling my roots and the truth of nakedness. Sun shines brighter than before. Oh, waterfall, oh, waterfall, won't you please catch me if I fall? 'Cause I'm jumping on in, I can begin to let go. it that you want to let go of? Oh, waterfall, oh, waterfall, won't you please catch me if I fall? 'Cause I'm jumping on in, I can begin to feel your flow. Oh, waterfall, yeah. Oh, waterfall, oh, waterfall. My friends, they come and go. The rivers flow, I always know. I'm ready to let go of my fear. Baptize my mind, sage surrounds me till I'm clear. Only love lives here. Oh, waterfall, oh, waterfall, won't you please catch me if I fall? 'Cause I'm jumping on in, I can't begin to let go. Oh, waterfall, oh, waterfall, won't you please catch me if I fall? Yes, I'm jumping on in, I can begin to feel your flow. Oh, waterfall. Yes. So hopefully that gave you enough time to journal. Yeah, and I encourage you, today or next dream stream, to make sure that you are journaling or writing things down if you're in a place where you can do that. Because just listening is good, for sure, but there's been studies that show, that listening you might like retain or learn about like 10%, right? And by writing things down, I think it like doubles it. And then by taking action on things, it's like goes up to like 70% of like what we remember and learn and retain. So we're in such an information age, but I would love for you to get inspiration and move things forward in your life with this, not just kind of listen. So that's my invitation to you. Yeah, so that is dream stream number 3. And so what would you love to let go of? What are those thoughts, those negative thought patterns that are popping in that you might not even know are patterns, right? What are those common thoughts that are popping up as you start to think big, as you start to dream big, as you start to think that question, what would I love? And you start to think, what's that next step? And maybe you don't have any, right? Some people, if you've done a lot of self work, and or you were just born an indigo child, if you might be all good. You're like, I've done it all. But most of us, even after we've done this work for a long time, still, because you're always, once you kind of reach one dream, right? It's like if that was it, then life would be over, right? You stop dreaming, as well, right? You start dreaming bigger, and then other, doubts and fears come up. So what is that you would love to let go of? And, it's not easy by any means, because some of these unsupportive thoughts are run very deep, run from our childhood. It's not easy, but you don't have to do it all in one day, right? It's all good. You're perfect where you are. You don't have to do it all in one day. And just simply, I invite you to just start to bring awareness towards these thoughts, right? Start to just, and not judge them, right? Just notice what you're noticing. Notice those thoughts. Write them down, right? You can write them down and cross them out. That's a really good start. So that's my invitation to you this week. And yeah, I thank you so much for dreaming with me this week. And let me know in the comments if there's anything that comes up for you. You can even come back to this in another day and let me know, during the week if anything comes up for you, or if there's anything that you would love to talk about, to hear us talk about on here. And yeah, and I invite everybody to book a clarity call with me. So this is something that I offer for free, and yeah, it's a great way to just gain more clarity and to go a little bit deeper into what we talked about here. And there is a link down below or within this description of the stream, of the dream stream, that talks about how to do that. So just click on that link, and I would love to connect with you more on that. So that is that. I will talk to you soon, and we'll see you next week. Thanks for chilling, and have a beautiful week, and keep up the good work, peeps. All right, much love.